Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 7 a.m., guys. I'm up at 7 a.m. I already did my workout. I woke up this morning around 5:10, and took a 6 a.m. Pilates intermediate reformer class. And I haven't been on a reformer in a while because I've been doing a lot of mat Pilates ever since, honestly, for the past, year and a half. I've been doing, a lot of mat Pilates, just because there's a lot of mat options here in DC, but not so many reformer options, and the reformer options are just really expensive, and I'm just yeah, let me do what I can afford. And to be honest, I feel like mat Pilates is a little bit harder, and it tests my strength a little bit more. So honestly, it's been a slay. But there's this new studio that just opened up literally by my house, at least not too far, a 10-minute drive, and it's Black owned. So I just connected with the owner today. She taught the class, and she kind of was telling me about her path, where she got certified from, which funny enough, I am currently getting my Pilates certification as well. I'm starting off with mat, and then I think I will move to reformer, but we are doing it through the same franchise or company, I guess you could say, which is called Balance Body. There's a bunch of places you can get a Pilates certification from, and I had to do a bunch of research on this when I was first doing it, because there's studios who will offer their own certification, which to me is literally a money grab and a waste of your money, if you ask me, because you just cannot use those certifications in other places. Whereas you can go through a nationally recognized one like Balance Body, Stop, Meriwether, and you can use that literally anywhere in the country, any studio, anywhere, even out of the country. So I'm a girl who likes to move a lot. I can't be tied down to one city. And plus, with the studio certifications, it's you're not even just tied down to one city, you're tied down to that specific studio, if that makes sense. Or that if they have multiple locations, then their own studio and their locations. So I'm doing it through Balance Body. I like that because I can pay in chunks. I can pay for one class now and one class later whenever I have the extra cash, compared to other certifications, which are a little bit more pricey, or want the money up front, all of it. Personally, for me, I am taking my Pilates certification a little bit slow. I want to start off with mat and get fully certified in that, and then add a reformer. And the reason for that is that, again, there's just more mat opportunities here in DC. I can teach a mat anywhere. For reformer to get my teacher training hours and to actually practice, I would need a reformer. Whereas I have a mat at home, right? So I can practice anywhere. I can get my teacher training hours anywhere. I can self-teach, teach others on a mat, online, in person. So right now it's just more feasible and more convenient for me to start off with a mat certification, and eventually when I'm able to maybe get my own reformer and stuff like that, then I can look into that. I started doing Pilates because it was recommended to me by my orthopedic doctor. I have a little bit of scoliosis, and I used to have a lot more back pain than I do now. He put me through PT, but he was after PT, I would look into Pilates, because it helps with the spine and the strengthening of the core, which helps with your spine. It's about lengthening and stretching and all of that stuff. So I looked into it and I was this is kind of a slay. It's fun and I do feel great afterwards, and also just core stability. I started doing Pilates in 2023, I think early 2023, late 2022. Since then, yeah, my core has I'm not saying it's a bag of rocks. I'm not saying when you hit my core, you're going to break your knuckles. But I'm saying that there's been significant improvement since then, which is great. And honestly, I feel mat Pilates especially has been what contributed to that more than reformer. Anyways, it is only 7 a.m. I have I want to be an early bird so bad. My issue is that I don't go to sleep on time. So yesterday I went to sleep at 10:30, woke up at 5, which is 6 hours of sleep, it's okay. I felt good because I think what I learned also about sleep is fun fact, if you didn't know this, because I didn't know this until recently, sleep cycles are every 90 minutes kind of. So when you sleep for 8 hours, or you sleep for 10 hours and then you wake up and you're just I slept all this time, but I still wake up feeling really groggy or just really tired, is because you woke up in the middle of a sleep cycle. So I've been timing my sleep depending on what time I need to get up in the morning. I will time it like that. So either I will get 6 hours of sleep or I'll get 7.5. I don't ever really do 9 because to be honest, I don't have time for that. But It's either going to be 7.5 is my ideal amount of like sleep time. So yesterday, because I went to bed at 10:30 and I need to be up for the 6 o'clock class, I timed my sleep to wake up at 5. So when I woke up, I felt really good. Sometimes I feel like I get 8 hours of sleep, but then I wake up and I still feel really tired because I'm in the middle of a sleep cycle. So you got to finish up the cycle. You get what I'm saying? It's hard to time it, but 90 minutes is like roughly the vibe. So yeah, I woke up at 5 and now it's like, yo, it's only 7 o'clock. I still got the whole day to go, which is like, this is my dream, to wake up early, start my day early, and literally get my life together and get stuff done. So I'm excited. I'm going to try to see if I can keep this up. I'm about to head home. It is raining, so I'm about to head home, figure out what I'm about to do for the rest of the day. And then I do have to work. The show tonight starts at 8, so I need to be there by 6:30. So I should be leaving my house around 5:30 or 6. And I need to figure out if I'm going to metro, if I'm going to drive. And yeah, let's see what we get into. I came home, I did a little incline walk for some cardio, did some Bible reading and some prayer, took a shower. I planned out a to-do list, a very ambitious to-do list of things I want to get done today. And now I'm about to actually make some breakfast. So lately for breakfast, I've really been loving eggs, and I love eggs. Like I really just love eggs. I'm Nigerian, but there is a running joke that Ghanaians love eggs, and people like to compare me to Ghanaians because of the amount of eggs I intake. However, I took a break from eggs. I am now back on my egg kick, and I was kind of feeling guilty on like, I feel like I'm eating eggs every morning, but like if it works, it works. Like I have just really been loving just a scrambled egg on top of a piece of toast, put some jam on it, and call it a day, okay? If I have some extra meat, I'll put some meat on there for protein and call it a morning, okay? And it's really filling and it makes me happy. My favorite form of egg is boiled egg, I will say. So sometimes I'll do like a boiled egg on toast. However, for the past like week, I've been on scrambled eggs. So I've actually been using egg whites for less calories, more protein. And I'll mix it in with like a whole egg though. So, and lately too, because I'm like trying to get a lot of protein with like my fitness goals and stuff like that, I was watching on TikTok, people were like putting cottage cheese in their eggs. And I wasn't really too sure how I felt about cottage cheese. I think what really always put me off from it was like the texture and just the way it looks. That joint is kind of good. Like I cannot lie. So I've been mixing that into my eggs as well for extra protein. And then that cheesy kind of effect. And it's really good. It's really good. Don't knock it till you try it. Okay, hello everyone. I am in my car on my way to the theater. I am not metroing today because it's actually still raining. It's like drizzling right now, but it's just wet outside. And plus I needed the extra time. It takes me a little bit longer to metro, so I needed the extra time to kind of like just get some more stuff done. And I still didn't get everything I wanted to get done, honestly. I wish I would have got a little bit more, but it is what it is at this point. So I was able to start my YouTube edits, which was nice. And then I actually, funny enough, someone had recommended me for a role. A mentor of mine had recommended me for a role to sound design like 2 short plays for some students at a elementary and middle school. And it's a quick turnover. Like it's happening literally next week, or not next week, but the week after next. So yeah, I was on the phone with the guy who hired me, and he gave me the role. So I was like, slay. So it's not a long project at all. The plays are pretty short. It's 2 of them. And it should take maybe like, in total, with like me going over there, I might go to rehearsal, one of the rehearsals next week in the morning. We'll see if there's time in my schedule. But in total, it should take me like 10 hours, I think, if that at all. So he sent me over the contract. I do need to sign it and stuff. This is more like a side cash kind of thing. Also, this theater is in Baltimore. I'm not really connected with the theaters in Baltimore yet. So it's a thing of like, yeah, I'll get the side cash, also the experience and kind of like the connection with this theater. And someone put in a good word for me. So since I'm available, I'll handle it. It doesn't seem like it's going to be too much of a lift. But yeah, I don't know. I was talking to my friend Jonas earlier today and was telling him like, once this project ends, like I'm still looking for the next gig. And I was like, I'm kind of tired of going from like gig to gig like this. Like the very short term, like gig to gig is like a lot. And he was telling me it's kind of a gig economy right now. He thinks it's been like this since after COVID. I think that could be true. People are not hiring. They're giving out like contracts. And even I'm in a Facebook group for like a media Facebook group. And even people in there were like sharing their current life story of just like having to go from gig to gig, like they're not able to find a full-time job. People are talking about pivoting from media and maybe going into something else. I don't know. Here's my thing. I'm down to pivot. I just want to like my job. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't really know how many other skills I have outside of like production and media, if I'm being real. Like, I'm down to pivot into like something that's like more consistent and steady and like has more job security. But I don't have the education or the training in those things. So without the education and the training, it's go back to school, get some kind of certification, get some kind of training or degree. And I'm degreed out right now. Okay, I have 3 and I'm good for now. So I don't know about that. And I don't know if my skills can really transfer. I think my skills are definitely transferable, but outside of like production and media, maybe communication, social media, marketing, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I can really get into like the tech. I think maybe the furthest I can get into is like project management, which I might want to start looking into that for real. I just don't really know what that is. Like, it sounds, for some reason, when people tell me they're project managers, their job sounds a lot harder than what the title gives. So I think I need to do a little bit more research on that. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that's me. I'm heading over now to the theater. I made like a little Italian sandwich because I got this Italian sandwich from Whole Foods and it was really, really good. And I was like, yo, I want to make this myself. So I got the ingredients when I went grocery shopping like 2 days ago. And I made one for dinner. So I'll eat that when I get to the theater after I like set up and stuff. Y'all, I'm at work. I have a little bit of time, so I'm just chilling, but we're gonna start the show in just a few minutes, so yeah. Got myself a nice little Dr. Pepper. So I have like 5 minutes to chow the sandwich down because I was late today because of the parking and rain. So I'm gonna chow the sandwich down. But I realized that like basically all the things I do for work, I've shown you guys in my previous vlogs. Pretty much the same old, we do the same thing every day. Come in here, set up the mics, do the batteries like I did, and then I go in and mic the actors, and then I sit for the show. So after that, I'm just gonna be going home. So I feel like this might be the best time to end the vlog. Thank you guys so much for watching and for tuning along, and I will see you guys in the next vlog. Cheers.